everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we have an update to go over. There is an update announcement for the 2nd or 3rd of March here. Big wall of text, which I will read, so you don't have to. Alright, so there is a maintenance period for the later in the day or the morning for most of us. I guess the 3rd technically for, let's see, yeah, typical the Tuesday or so before reset, right? And there's a lot of details there. I think a lot of this is going to be familiar from the Forerunner server though. So some of this, it's going to feel like I already read it because I have, but that was the Forerunner server, not the test server, not the global servers, the separate, Forerunner servers that are real players, but a different setup of things. So let's see what's actually happening for most of us here on the main server. And then I will read through the bug fix of Pierre, the painter. So there'll be 500 diamond compensation, and our first update is Guild War Season 13 starts. Updated Central Keep and Defense Tower maps for the new season. Updated the new season theme, Avatar Border, and Emote Reward. And the new Demon Soldier, a Pharaoh's Guard, can be obtained through Guild War. The Pharaoh Guard is a high DPS melee demon soldier capable of inflicting debuffs. Of course, that will bring Gladiator's Gauntlet, Season 12. Overall, a season schedule is listed there. I'm not going to read through those. It's on the screen if you want to see those dates. But adjusted the deployment limit of demon captains in Gladiator's Gauntlet from 3 to 2. Interesting. People abusing Mariah? Third point here is optimizations. That they optimized the visual performance of the results screen, removed bot strongholds for all tier A guilds effective from the next season, adjusted BP display for bot strongholds, and reduced their difficulty in gold ring. Added a shortcut to view the opponent's demon soldier team and defense replays, and added a display to the battle replay list showing a specific number of soul cores destroyed. That's good too, because I felt like you don't really get any recognition. You're like, you lost, you were defeated. But you destroyed some soul cores. That's good to know too, and that helps chomp them down, even if it's not a win, right? Alright, and then 4 Mystery Demon Chest and Demon Soldier adjustments. The new Demon Soldier added to the Mystery Demon Chest is the Frozen Raider. We optimized the visual effect of Twin Demon Soldier. Optimized pity mechanism for obtaining faction demon captains from Mystery Demon Chest. There's a pity. And fixed an issue where Demon Captain Countess Mariah active skills sometimes fail to take effect during auto fights. Okay. Alright, now on to hero adjustments. Astriel, his skill is ultimate, is being changed to basic attack, has a 30% chance to become a deep bite and inflict 20% vulnerability physical damage on the target for 5 seconds. While shielded, the talent trigger chance increases by 30%. That is up from 20% previously. Then Crimson Embrace. Can choose and charge an empty ground tile within 4 tiles instead of 3, dealing 120 up to 200% AoE damage to 5 enemies in path. After casting the skill, the hero is enhanced, gains 40 up to 60% attack, and guarantees that the next 3 basic attacks during this enhancement become deep bites. So next 3 attacks, not just 1. And this enhancement buff lasts for 15 seconds. And then Vampiric Aura. The after casting the ultimate, grants a shield equal to 130% of the hero's attack and one adjacent ally with the lowest HP percentage for 15 seconds. Upon gaining this shield, dispels all debuffs. While the shield exists, grants 10% attack interval decrease. When applying the shield to self, shield strength is increased by 50%. So that extra self shield is adjusted. His Awaken 1 is now mostly different. Increases every single instance of Deep Bite's damage to 220%. After casting Deep Bite, increases the hero's crit damage by 40% for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 2 times. And then we have Sargok. So again, these characters have been mentioned for a while because of the Forerunner server update that already happened. Sargok now has his ultimate adjustment. All damage dealt has a 25% chance to trigger Blood Spear, inflicting bleed on the target. If the target already inflicted with bleed, Blood Spear ignores 50% of their defense and inflicts 10% defense reduction on them. That last part is the change, the buff. Bloodshed Fury is now, when triggered, dispels debuffs on self. During the ultimate, becomes immune to debuffs and consumes 10% HP per second when HP is above 25%. Increases attack by up to 45%, and each basic attack lands 2 consecutive strikes. Lasts for up to 20 seconds. So that whole beginning part of dispelling debuffs and whatnot and immune, that is a new buff. All right, and then velocity, I don't know. How do you even say that? Velocity, nope. Nope, okay, whatever. After increases the attack speed by up to 15% from 10 previously. For every 1 HP lost, the effect of specialized attack speed is stronger when HP is lower. The max effect is at 25%. And then his Awaken 1 is now, and during the effect of Bloodshed Fury, if the hero's HP is below 50%, additionally increases attack by 10% and reduces defense by 10%, as well as increasing Blood Spear's trigger chance by 10%. The increased trigger chance is the buff. And then Awaken 3 is a Blood Spear restores 2% rage to the hero and deals 50% increased damage to elites or bosses. And that 2% rage boost is the change there. And Awaken 4 went to penetration plus 8% instead of crit rate plus 8%. And Awaken 5, when any unit, including allies and enemies in range dies, increases attack by 4%, up from 1%. The attack will be increased an extra 4% if the unit is killed by the hero. The increase is capped at 24%, previously 20%. So he'll get to that max faster, and it has a higher cap. All right, and Pierre the Painter adjusted the names of summoned units in certain languages, fixed an issue where Prismite, Malachite, and Prismite Cobalt failed to trigger the passive perspective in certain edge cases, and fixed an issue where Prismark could not deal splash damage to invisible enemies. There is also another fix to Pierre that fixed an issue that may cause some commanders to prompt to restart the game when entering battle. Please restart. Oh wait, this is not Pierre. It says, what? Oh yeah, okay, hold on. We noticed the issue where Pierre the Painter's summons can be devoured by Ezerith, the World Eater, while the Hymn of Radiant Skin is equipped. This issue will be fixed. The issue may have caused people to be prompted to restart. Okay. Sorry, I didn't read the beginning. But yeah, apparently Ezerith was devouring certain summons only when the skin was equipped. That's really interesting. Okay, so on to the next hero adjustment. Scroll. Ezerith adjusted descriptions of some skill effects without changing the actual effects. Lyra modified the description of Awaken 5 skill, but the actual effect remains unchanged. And Hatsut fixed an issue where the hero was not in invisibility state, for 0.1 seconds upon deployment. All right, and new content. This is good for our free-to-play accounts that we're working on getting all those rewards that haven't done all the Abyssal Rift or the Spectral Rift stages. Well, they finally added the extra. New stages AR 8.5 through 8 Abyssal Rift and Campaign Chapter 8 have been added. There we go. It was so weird at the top you couldn't receive all of the rewards because there physically wasn't the stages like there to do it. They added new achievements, Conqueror 5, clearing all 24 stages of the gear raids, and the reward is a legendary Hero Pact Conqueror card. You can randomly get one hero selected from that pool. And the Guild War Elite, claiming the rank of Platinum or higher in Guild War 1 time. The reward is a legendary Faction Demon Shoulder Choice chest, where you can choose between a Frozen Cleric, Ember Fire Templar, or the Spectral Skeleton Archer. New Odyssey quests have also been added, where the rewards include a Praetus skin in its Soulstone, Odyssey exclusive camp music, advanced recasting hammers, various gems, summoning crystals, and more. And then other optimizations and adjustments. Added a Force Unbind feature to Security Lock. Commanders who have enabled the Security Lock can now use verification to forcibly unbind current login methods. I heard that this was really tricky to do, so maybe that's good. Maybe they're fixing that. Reduce the difficulty of some existing Odyssey quests. So Odyssey quests are going to change. Interesting there for those who have those logged on websites or spreadsheets or wherever. Be on the lookout for people to help you update them. I optimized the prompt for Titanic Ruins Matrix 1 and added a pop-up prompt when entering a battle. Optimized the Void Rift gameplay, allowing players to exit or change mounts at any time during exploration. Added new tags to all boss stages and hidden chamber stages in Tower of Deception. Commanders can challenge them at the next Tower of Deception event begins. Again, I talked about this in the recent video when talking through the Forerunner server stuff. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like the idea of an interesting tower content that changes regularly is cool when it's like cool fancy boss fights. But when it's just like, okay, you can no longer use a mage for the same boring stage, that I don't know, when they're more basic, it's not that interesting. So I don't know. It does say boss stages, I guess. Okay, so it is boss stages and hidden chamber. So maybe that does make it more interesting. I don't know. But I feel like that type of content is like, could go both ways. It's either make it completely different and bring in a whole new boss and new mechanics and make the whole fight more interesting and change out which bosses you're fighting and which maps you're fighting in this case. Or just let people auto-clear it if they've done it the first time and don't ever want to do it again. I don't know. It's such a double-edged sword there. With being lazy but wanting rewards, or wanting a challenge but not everybody wants that challenge. Can't win either way. All right, and it added a BP display to arena auto fights. And then last but not least, I guess 7. Previously unsaved adjustments to the arena lineup in the team interface were lost when switching to the hero interface. Now these adjustments will remain saved. Previously unsaved adjustments to the arena lineup were lost when switching. Now they'll be saved. Okay. So if you're like in the middle of editing your lineup. Oh, and then you like go to like change the gear and you come back, you have to re-put them in again. Okay. Interesting. That's a simple little quality of life. All right, guys, that is all for this update. Confirmations of what is coming to the global servers. I think everything's the same from what came to the Forerunner servers, but feel free to let me know in the comments below if there's any changes that you noticed if you are a Forerunner server player. But yeah, basic update, kind of a lull period in the game right now. Not too much to do, just the basics, and that's why we're enjoying our little free-to-play challenge. But yeah, I'll have more on that soon. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.